Yo, it's Sigma Prepper, where wisdom is the key. We're ready for the future, staying ahead and staying free. When the world goes dark, we won't be shedding a tear. We prep with our minds, never ruled by fear. It's not the list of preps, it's the knowledge we flex. Gaining understanding and solving what's next. No sitting by a fire, eating squirrels on sticks. We'll be navigating chaos using Sigma Prepper's tricks.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
SHTF, we break it down smart. From the big picture view to the detail in the parts. Drew Law's got you, his knowledge on tap. Real-time strategy, he cuts through the crap. From the high IQs to the tech we choose. We're ahead of the game, we never gonna lose. We stay prepared, never needing to fight. Join Sigma Prepper and we'll make it through the night.
It's seeing the signs, reading tomorrow through intelligent minds. Survival's more than just having a plan. It's about how you act when it all hits the fan. Join our Discord where knowledge is prime. The wolf pack's there for you every time. In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. We're on a mission, there's no turning back. From crisis to strength, we'll survive the storm. It's knowing you've been able since the day you were born. Survival's an art, we sharpen the blade. We adapt, we survive, we're not afraid. Get yourself comfy for the Sigma Prepper show. The time is counting down and we're nearly good to go. Prepare your mind, cause intelligence is the key. Owning our instincts, we don't freeze, fight or flee. Knowledge is power, it's the ultimate force. No following the herd, we just create a new course. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive.
In the chaos of survival, your mind is your shield. When it all goes wrong, it's the wisdom revealed. The tech, the knowledge, the smart preparation. When the crisis comes, we're gonna own the situation. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. Support me on Patreon to gain the edge. Discounts and freebies, just make a pledge. The countdown's done, it's time to go. Sigma Preppers Live, let's start this show.
Welcome Wolfpack, happy Independence Day, July 4th. How are you all? It's been way too long. It's been at least about 2 weeks, maybe more. Lovely to see you all with us. Thank you to each and every one of the 20 or so people that are already here, already hit the like button and showing their support. Namely, thank you so much. Super chat before we even went live. So, I really appreciate Green Manalishi. What a superstar. Big shout out to Graham. Really appreciate you, man. It's what a superstar. Been lots of kind comments and things. Rue. Another one, great to see you, man. And also, Sandy in the house, great to see you, my darling. Kaza as well, I saw your comment. Miss you too, my darling. So I need to troll through the comments myself and just get back to everyone. I tried to get through all the Discord messages today and stuff, but so lovely to see you too, my darling. And Day Survival moderator of all moderators in the house. Robert McNamara as well. And good to see you. I left Robert McNamara a WhatsApp message earlier today, actually. Wishing him a happy God, I keep wanting to say happy Valentine's Day. It's about a stark opposite from Valentine's Day between America and Britain back in the day. Obviously this is the day we all got kicked out. Americans got kicked in, kind of. So yeah, it's lovely to see everyone here. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Why aren't we rocking with some epic drone displays like China? I was do you know fireworks in the UK? Was it you, Robert, who was asking what the deal is in the UK? Is it legal to have fireworks? I think it is, as far as I'm aware. We had to get people to get our fireworks for us when we were very young, growing up, if you know what I mean. But I think nowadays, 20 years or so later, nowadays I think it's far more difficult in the UK to buy fireworks. I think you're far more encouraged to go to a public display where they've got a license with health and safety regulation. You know how they like it, yeah? Control. So you can buy fireworks, but they make it extremely difficult here. In Thailand, Southeast Asia, when we lived there, it's just every day there's like fireworks going off or something, right? And I'm not sure what it's like in China, but yeah, like Sandy said, they got some. They just did some epic displays with their new drone displays. The China world record, 10,000 drones at the same time. That would be cool to see. I think that would look good over the skies of New York, with the Statue of Liberty in the background, or the foreground. Don't mind either. So thank you everyone for being here. Really appreciate those who hit the like button. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've been rocking. We're basically just got back from a vacation in Mauritius. Well, that's a lie. The last week was in Mauritius. The 2 weeks before that was actually more. It was a cruise that started off in the south of England. You end up in Mauritius and you spend the last week there, and then you fly back. We got back to Heathrow yesterday, stayed in a hotel last night, and then this morning travelled home from the airport, from the hotel near the airport. So yeah, it was a very expensive trip. I think we spent probably about 20 grand in all. Got a little bit of sun. I don't know, I'm only fucking about. No, we haven't been anywhere. I've just been working my nuts off day in, day out. Love, peace and progress to the pack. Love you all. Thank you. I've never actually been to Mauritius. I don't even know if Mauritius is any good. It just sounds nice. It sounds tropical. Oh dear. But anyway, lovely to see you. Band again in the house. Lovely to see you. And Ace Man as well. Happy 4th, y'all. I'll tell you what I do have missing. Hold on. Hold it. I do have something missing. We gotta get full on patriotic style E. Gotta plug myself back in. Otherwise I won't be able to hear all these super chats. So we got, cheekily I brought the other one from, they're on my desk behind there. There's about 8 different country flags. No favoritism or anything like that. So let's put him away. Or her. It was a her at the time. It's a him now. This has always been a him. Don't know what. So yeah, happy 4th of July, everyone, and well done for getting shot of United Kingdom. As far as the public was made aware, anyway, there are people that would say on paper the American interests are and have always been fully in control by the powers that be. They're actually residing in the city of London. Not to be confused with England. It is in England, it's in London, but it's considered its own country within in England. That makes sense. They're the ones who own you. This is the version of the one that doesn't own you, because it doesn't have the gold fringe around it. If you ever see, which is usually in the Oval Office, anything official, there'll be a gold fringe around it. That's to represent the crown. But you're not supposed to know that. But anyway, we're not talking about that, because you're supposed to be free of that, even though on paper you are, but really you're not. But on paper you're not either, but you are. But either way you are, so it doesn't really matter. So happy Independence Day. However independent you and I may or may not be, I don't know what it is we're supposed to be independent from at this point. It's a little bit of a shit show going on around the world, if you haven't noticed. So it's a little bit difficult to even figure out who's even friend or who's foe anymore, because even people that used to be our allies, apparently we're treating them like they're not, and people that used to not be our allies, we're treating like they are. So who knows what's going on with who at the moment. Mudgy Hand in the house, thank you so much for my tea. Much appreciated. Love to you, honey. Oh, happy Independence Day to your ass. Elizabeth first said, build me an empire. Elizabeth II gave it back. Like it. Oh, what's my 2 up, 2 down castle got to say for herself today? Lovely to see you. Glad to hear you got a notification. What a novelty. Fireworks used to be great in the 60s, 70s. They're a pain in the ass when teenagers start chucking them about. like they do today where I live. Not good for pets either. Yes, I'm old and grumpy. Do you know, it's funny, I think, was it Sandy I was talking to the other day, and the drone show thing came up in topic. And one of the great sort of benefits of a drone show versus a fireworks show, which I hadn't really considered, which I thought was great, a great point, which I think you'll be able to identify with my two down Garsel, is the limited amount of pops and bangs, unless they obviously all fall out of the sky. It's run for cover, right? But outside of that, it's like not noisy for pets, a drone display. So I can kind of see the appeal as potentially an alternative, but I don't think you're going to get quite the same ooh and the ah bidney as you get with a full-on display. So clear the cobwebs off your mic. Does it sound cobwebbed up? I hope not. Mad German King of Britain lost us to the USA. You say lost us, I don't know at this point, you know. Some could say that it'd be a liability. I mean, we'll maybe have a little look at the headlines. I didn't really want to get into too much today because I'm back into my really messed up sleeping pattern where I'm going to sleep at like 7 o'clock in the morning, working all through the night, and then getting up at 11 o'clock. Well, today I was up at 11 o'clock despite getting to sleep not till about 6:30. So I am super ready for bed already. So luckily we're going live at 8 o'clock instead of the typical like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock for my American friends, which for them is like evening time. So a little bit earlier in the day in America right now, particularly on the West Coast, but in the East Coast, we should be riding around at 3:30, 3:15 in the afternoon kind of a time. Quarter past 3 in the afternoon. So I appreciate a lot of people are going to be with family members and hopefully got friends and family around and like some big old spread of yummy food and things. So Carolyn Rose had a NEOP. Lovely to hear. I remember building up to that about when that was incoming. Hasn't time flown? Are you up and about already or not? Emergency team responses to stabilise me. Scary. Whoa. Well, welcome back to life, Carolyn Rose. And I can fully confirm that this isn't. I know it seems like heaven because I'm back after a couple of weeks of being in Mauritius, or not, but. So I appreciate it may seem to you like you're in heaven, but I can reassure you that, you know, you didn't pass away and this is heaven. You are still on the mortal plane with us all. But I thank you for your compliment nonetheless. This is just as good as heaven, isn't it? It's like waking up in heaven. I agree. So thank you. Really appreciate your comments. I know it is my two down Castle. Didn't you notice me avoided it? Good to see you back, Addy. Hey, everyone. Mike isn't clipping, but it's not to your usual standard. Shock horror. Are you disappointed with the audio? Should we try and adjust it? It might actually be a little bit too rattly. Should we dial it back a bit? Testing. 1, 2, 3. That we might be overcooking it. I did just look at the levels. I've been changing quite a few bits and pieces secretly behind the scenes. You're not supposed to have noticed. Testing. I think that's still a little bit too low. 1, 2. Okay, we should be right now. Sorry for those in headphones because I've just blasted you. Yeah, but we should be well in the orange now, not in the red. You're right. There was peeking out red. Thank you for drawing my attention to it. Don't make me come in there, sort your mic out. No, we should be all right now. We're back where we should have been. It's because I just yanked my box across the room about 10 minutes before going live. And when I did that, I obviously changed the mic volume. And I know exactly where it is because there's a little white line that needs to be at a particular point. I'm very particular about things like that, did you know? It's pretty low now. You got to be patient, Robert. It should be my usual epic standard. Ruby the dog has had her cancer trial radiology at the synchrotron being monitored each week at the moment. Oh dear, it's all going on for you, Karen, isn't it? Love to you, honey. Never good. Well, sometimes it can be good to yank your box. Not only good, sometimes it's just required or necessary, but yeah. if at all avoided, best avoided. Trying to break my new hearing aids. Oh yes, of course. Respect to Sandy, she's got her new hearing, what do you call it? She's now, what are you? It's like a cybernetic implant, isn't it, really? Are you a cyborg? She's got new hearing aids, basically, so she can actually hear in full clarity, which, again, must seem like you're in heaven right now, Sandy. Right, I think what we need to do, right, because they've got loads of things just sprawled about, and I don't really know. I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to say hello. And I've got a bunch of videos and other things that I got stocked up, but they're all a little bit like... They're all a bit gnarly. I just don't think we should be talking about gnarly stuff today. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But personally, I'm just not feeling like it should be a gnarly occasion. Like it's supposed to be celebratory. You know, this is the only one day of the whole year that our American friends get off work, because you know the rest of the time it's like lich, right? So, love to Barry as well. He's not spending his first year in America for 4th of July, but it is one of his first Americas in 4th of July. It's certainly his first Independence Day after getting his new American driving license. So yeah, hope he's doing well. I'm not going to be that person that complains is great. Oh no, it's not about complaining. It's just some of the stuff that I've got stocked up from like over the last couple of weeks is just a little bit like miserable. And I feel like Independence Day Spesh should be especially not miserable. Yeah, we might just steam straight into the memes, right? For example, I don't have anything particularly prepared, but I was tempted to have a little butchers in the Discord server, because thank you to everybody. Thank you to JJ recently joining. The Sapper Prepper seems to have rejoined. It seems to be the same username, so I think we're all right. I can see you, so you're there. And thank you for your messages, everyone, as well. But here you got the Sigma quotes, you see. And those that attack your character fear you the most. Amen. Frank Calabro Jr. So this is where you pop your quotes in. That's a great one, Kaza. Have you changed your profile image? I think you may have done. Accept people as they are, but place them where they belong. Look at Kaza being on it in the quotes section and the Sigma quotes for Discord. Links in description below. Join the Wolfpack. It's totally free. Yeah, no paywalls, nothing. With a K and gang signs. Nothing. Don't gotta pay nothing. Yeah, so don't mess about. But we got the memes as well section, so you can have some fun in there. So when things are seeming like discernibly miserable around the world, which is pretty much a daily basis, you can jump in here and just, you know, remind yourself why it's worth being alive. What a beautiful sky. You see? There's obviously misery in the memes as well. You just got to go with the flow. You got to find the positivity and the humor in it. Sometimes it's a struggle, admittedly. But ultimately, the idea is you come out the other side of it feeling better than you went in. My joints are stiff. You're rolling them too tight. Like it, Betty, like it. Pass the lighter. Pass the pipe, Betty. So that's what we got going on over in the memes. We might have a little look through some of them, but later on, the show was only supposed to be 10 minutes long, so we're already 10 minutes overdue. Look, it's 8:20. Right? But since we had a super chat, I think we can do a special extension. That was why we've gone another 10 minutes. Thought the quotes were fitting. 100% Kaza, my poos. I'll tell you what, Kaza, have you seen what Guam in Cyprus? Because me and Kaza have a bit of a Cyprus thing, since we both live there. But did you see... Obviously, it's the thing that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube, right? So we won't. But did you see what I saw about what Guam in Cyprus? And particularly Larnaca as well, which is where Magic Hand and I, Mr. Sigma Prepper, lived for many years. In fact, our son was born there. So Sigma Prepper Jr. was born in Cyprus. So that looks like that place is changing big time. Rue getting on with it. Minimal needs, man. Minimal needs. Just happy to see me back, innit? Simples. Appreciate it, my man. Thank you. Kaz has seen it. Let me know who else has seen it. Tell me, have you seen it? Seen it? MC Hammer, for those that don't know. It's my Julie, Sandy. I'm also deaf. Hard of hearing, I think you'll find, is the correct term, my darling. But just in my left ear, so you're half hard of hearing. Due to a mastoidectomy when I was 5. Sounds complicated. I can hear everything people say except when there's background noise. And except when you don't want to hear it. Isn't that right, Julie? except if it's a man talking. If it's a man talking, absolutely, completely silent, deaf. Let me know. Oh, dear. But yeah, what have you got in that ear, though? Have you got anything like a hearing aid or anything, or what? Julie? Difficult to find memes that don't involve M&T for us here. What's the M&T? Do you know what? Case in point. Oh no, I am going to show you that. I'll get maced and tased. Every family has that one kid, look. Yeah. It's alright, man. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty. Sorry, I shouldn't be, but now I'm just having a little flick through the memes. This is from Sandy. Who had War of Two Nuclear Countries for May 2025? We need to scrub that and give it some July action. Do you know, there has been some... I mean, it's a bit annoying because this is kind of what I've alluded to before with the whole what's going on around the world. So I'm just going to basically very briefly touch on it. But there was a thing that was... oh man, what's his name? I'll keep wanting to say Bigley. But anyway, he talked about it. It was a letter from a guy super up in the... let's just say the whole thing's been written about the World War One, World War Two, World War Three. They weren't predicted. They were just written about by a dude who was like the top of the like secret society type levels of stuff, and he had said about this plan to have 3 world wars, and World War Three basically ends up where we're at now. And the World War One, World War Two were predicted. This is back in the late 1800s. So way before World War One begun. And this dude, I want to say Bill Bagley or something like that. Someone will know. It is definitely Mason and tasing topic of discussion, so I'm not going to get too badly into it. Albert Pike, thank you, Hachi. Yeah. Tales of Dogma. So I've talked about it over the years. Obviously, when I used to be a radio host on a truth frequency radio show back in like the late noughties, just after 2008 crash, I suppose, onwards. I was a co-host on a show there, and it was like a radio show talking about like truth and movement and all that, and sort of behind the scenes stuff and behind the curtain stuff. And there was a lot of talk about it all the way back then, because there seemed like there was a lot of signs that was going to lead to it then. Don't forget, we'd had 9/11 at that point and everything that transpired from there. And so there's these occasions in our recent history where I don't want to say my background, but from where I've come from in my pursuit of truth and survival and preparedness and true understanding of the world on a global level, not on a local level, which can just help you make better decisions when it comes to your preparedness and your security and your business planning, your life planning. The more accurate data you've got about the real environment, the better decisions you're able to make going forwards that are more likely to end up correct decisions. If you're basing decisions on incorrect environmental information, that you think the situation is this but it's not, it doesn't matter what decision you make, it's going to be the wrong one, even though at the time it feels great. So for me, it's been a massive part of business, as an entrepreneur, as a business consultant, other things growing up through my corporate life. Having your finger on the pulse has been a true force multiplier and a competitive edge if you have that understanding, right? And so it translates really well into preparedness, because of course there's a pointless running around like headless chickens buying tin food if you don't really know what you're even preparing for. So if you don't have a worldview, global view on economics, on geopolitics, on, you know, global finances, the global south versus the Western Empire versus the BRICS, if you don't have a true understanding of the global nature of the situation we're in, then you don't really have much of a say in telling people they should prepare if you can't tell them what they're going to be preparing for. Because preparing for what, depending on what you're preparing for, will completely and utterly change what you go and buy, what you invest in, what skills you need to learn, and so on, right? So it's super, super critical that people understand why they're preparing, and in order of most likely. And so this brings it back to the World War I, World War II thing, and then the Albert Pike and the letters and stuff like that, which were, these things come up in certain times of history. So you get an idea of the finger on the pulse, even of like where people think we are in a World War III scenario. Now, I've purposely been reasonably quiet when all this thing's kicking off, since it was a bit pointless, since it was the thing that I said was going to happen before the end of the year, and here we are, back in November, December last year. So it annoys me and frustrates me, because it's like, I don't really, it's annoying. I don't really see much point in talking about something after it's happened. The whole point, this is like, if you've had any experience in trading, in global economics overall, really, you'll understand the cause and effect of things happening on stock prices, and I talked about this at length with all the trade war stuff going on. But that's just what you see on the surface. There's other things going on behind the scenes which you need to understand, and you need to get an idea of timescale, because the whole point of preparing is you get what you need before it happens. You don't wait for it to happen and then start talking about, oh, this has happened. The whole idea, this is why I used to do my tactical intelligence assistant reports, which would predict events that were coming up soon in the future, like the fourth and fifth dimensional warfare tactics to be expected with things like false flag events, particularly now and stuff, right, in the West, to try and encourage, you know, the public's agreeance with having a World War III, right? They're going to try anything to try and get everyone on board. So that's going to come in the form of usually fourth and fifth dimensional warfare tactics, not necessarily kinetic stuff. And so the idea is for you to get an understanding of what we think is most likely to happen soonest, and then that's what we start preparing for. And this is why I've talked about it for years, and then here we are now. So it feels a bit pointless talking about the thing that I've spent like the last, I don't know how many years, saying this was the point we were going to get to within 5 years, and here we are. So the whole time to prepare really was before, right? It was like, it's not like, so talking about it now seems a little bit irrelevant, because it's like, well, of course it's going on. It was planned to go on. That was why I showed weeks ago the whole Admiral Wesley Clark talking about, you know, the 7 countries in 5 years, you know, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, Lebanon, Somalia, ending up in Iran. And here we are in Iran, right? So nothing's a coincidence, right? When you follow this thing for many years behind the scenes, and of course nowadays anyone coming to the truther space is going to have no hope at all, because you can't find any of this information now. If you weren't following this all the way from like mid-2000s all the way through till like 2017, 2016, 2017 is where everything started getting shut down from a data, truth, information, intelligence perspective, right? That was when the clamps started coming out. So anyone who's come to that space after then is just never going to be able to know the stuff that they would need to know what they need to know. This is so there's like almost like a dying breed of people who have that inherent legacy of information that could only have been gotten during the time before the internet was completely expunged of anything they didn't want you to know. And this is why this channel is held back so badly, as other people know who have followed me from my other 3 channels before. It's a pattern. Yeah? It's a pattern. There's those that know, and there's those that pretend they know, right? The ones that pretend they know and don't are the ones that get flown up the rankings everyone gets a notification and they're everywhere on the searches. You know how it works. So I find these things more frustrating because they've just been inevitable for ages, and it's just like no one listens to you. And I really hate the people that come and say, I told you so, because it's just an ego thing, and I hate that. It's like, no, I don't get that. Oh, I told you so. No, I was right again. That's not what goes on in my mind. What goes on in my mind is like all those people that were doubting me, saying I didn't know what I was fucking talking about, are the people that haven't done anything about it. That's a promise not to prepare. Yeah, when people are like doubting it and finding any reason why that's not the case. It's no, because the BBC told me this. No, because Fox News said this. No, because my mate at work said that. Yeah. The frustration for me is like when I hear them saying that, they're promising me they're not going to prepare for the event because they don't believe in it. So all those people, what frustrates me is that knowing now that all those people that I've spoken to, probably like about the last 10 years, I've been warning at this exact moment in time, if you like. I know that they've done nothing about it and they're still in the same situation as they were 10 years ago. And I know that they're not going to be sitting there watching everything going on now, going, oh, fucking hell, that Drew knew what he was talking about. Maybe he was right. Maybe I should have got myself some fucking carrots. No. So that's my frustration. It's like, it feels like it's been a waste of time. I might as well not put myself out there and like had people looking at me like I'm a crazy man. I might as well have just eaten my peas, laughed at people's jokes. Right. Anyway, love, peace and progress, my darlings. What do you mean the BBC are trustworthy? They are the arbiter of news, man. They are the source of truth. Haven't you seen their latest Verify? Yeah, it's all verified, man. 100%. Money back guarantee. All true. We love it. Happy 4th of July. Look at Meaty Boy in the house. Trump ended military aid to Ukraine. I suspect war with China and Iran is in America's future. Yeah, there's a certain way that plays out. And it doesn't play out, I don't think, the way people think it will, in terms of who is the allies of who. It's already formed when you look. This is why I think things are going on with India, because that's a problem for Pakistan, and that means it's a problem for the UK, which means it's a problem for America, which means it's a problem for China, because China's with Pakistan. Right? Turkey's going to be the swing state, right? Because they're NATO, but they're not. So Turkey's got a big army. Don't fuck about with Turkey, right? They'll show you some shit. Yeah? I think you'll find we're all supposed to love the BBC, Hatchy, and anyone who says anything other than the fact that they love the BBC just needs to be maced and tased immediately and just arrested and shadow banned. Unless you show your undenying love and support for the BBC and Israel, yeah? And I think that'll just about do it. And then you'll be good. You'll just have all of the wealth you ever need. As long as you, yeah, you'll be all good. All good and hood. Is it mimetic compliance? I think it's mimetic compliance. Yeah. So mimetic compliance is where you sort of get used to. It's like people do that at work, isn't it? They just follow the rules because everyone else is following the rules, and they look at people and say, oh, well, they seem to get promoted by doing these sorts of things. So if I copy that behavior, then I'll get promoted and get nice things. You see? That's mimetic. This is essentially what we have to copy our leaders at BBC, and whatever they say is good, right? And if we say it's good when they say it's good, if we change our Facebook profile images out to like Ukrainian flags and fuck knows what, then we get nice stuff happen to us. if we don't switch our profile photos out for the Israeli flag, or say we stand with Israel, or, you know, we stand with Ukraine, and we start painting our faces blue and yellow and shit. If you do all that, the nice things will happen to you. You'll get the good promotions, you'll get the good jobs, you'll get pay rises, yeah, you'll get let off tickets. Yeah. Building regulation application forms will sail through without a hitch. Any YouTube channel you create will just go viral on day one. Yeah. Mimetic compliance. But of course, that's very, very different to all us fine folk here, part of the wolf pack. That's what the clues in the clues in the name, Sigma Prepper, right? We are, by our very nature, Sigma personalities, so we don't like the whole going with the herd shit. Hence the tagline: reject the herd, prepare the pack, right? There's a clue in there somewhere, because we're not into that whole beta thing getting like led by some fucker who don't know what they're doing. Some alpha wannabe, right? We're just like, nah, we just want to do our own shit, man. Figure ourselves out, gain our own knowledge and skills and excellence, right? And we'll do all right, because we're not going to have to rely on anyone else. We're self-reliant and independent. That's what makes a Sigma personality. Yeah, but I appreciate there are betas and gammas and delta personalities. We all know who they are, right? Who just love to follow leaders. They're just followers, and that's fine. The world needs followers just like they do leaders, just like they do us fine Sigma folk. Love, peace and progress to the pack, my lovely peeps. We just got to notice our property taxes are going up 19%. Which is on top of all the tariff tax, which of course isn't a tax, and apparently all the other countries are paying that somewhere. Right. Not you, Robert, I'm just saying. People still don't think that it's Americans who are paying the Trump tariff taxes. I don't know where they think these countries are sending money to America to pay the tariffs for the American businesses who are selling to the Americans. It just amazes me, man. Oh, if you want to know what's true in the news, then just whatever they're telling you, if it's on the mainstream and it's being promoted, whatever that is, just flip it 180 and you'll be about bang on what the real situation is. But anyway, I think rather than just, you know, nonsensing on about, what we should probably do is just like check out the headlines at the very least, right? Because we've nearly been going an hour and Magic Hand told me about an hour. I said it would. Welcome indeed. Global Threat Analysis Report for the 4th of July 2025 with your host Drew here on the Sigma Prepper channel. You know how we do. The SHTF Intel Report. Just laughing at Hatchie's comment on the way into the show. Drew, my granddad used to salute the BBC at the national anthem time. I've got to show respect. I've been programmed. Yeah, man. And you know, it takes twice as long to unprogram whatever length of time it took you to be programmed. Yeah. Because you know the rule, it's easier to fool someone than convince someone they've been fooled, right? That's the classic thing that gets them in the way of what I do as a business. Is it's easier to fool people than convince them they've been fooled, right? Just a hypothetical, how different do you think America would be if it never gained independence? Thoughts? I don't know, I think they'd be able to spell English better. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Right, we're alright. I just redeemed myself. So what we're going to do is a super gloss over is what I'll call it. Yeah. Should we have, I'll tell you what, let's have a quick refresh. This has been sitting here for at least 20 minutes. More than that. 45 minutes that's been sat there. Doesn't look like anything changed. Several unalived in severe weather in Texas and New Jersey. I was going to say there's some major floods there, isn't there? Is that what it's referring to? Israel strike on a bustling Gaza cafe. Dozens of people were longed off. BBC on French beach as police slash migrant taxi boat heading to UK. I think it's a typo. These stories are usually something like BBC on French beach as police slash migrant taxis on boats heading to UK. But this is them actually slashing boats rather than slashing the taxis on the boats to make it cheaper for them to come over. So that's unusual. Kenyan leader to build huge church at presidential office. There's a load of stuff going on in Kenya at the moment. A lot of people going there and it's getting really, really violent and gnarly. Anytime you step outside of the normal resorts, it's really, really kicking off. And so certain places, and Kenya is one of them at the moment. Oh, it's just boring. Trump to sign sweeping tax and spending bill into law. This is just horrendous. This thing's 940 pages long. And do you know what? The thing is you got to know this, right? Anytime a government creates a document that's far bigger than it needs to be, it's for a reason. It's the same reason the UK tax law is 13.5 times the size of the Bible. It's the biggest tax code on the planet. Hence, also being the second most miserable country on the planet to live, the UK. I'm sure those two things are linked somehow. But they make the tax code 13.5 times the size of the Bible in terms of number of word count because, well, you know why, right? And it's the same reason why this big, dirty, beautiful bill, right, that Trump's been putting forward is 940 pages big. And there's so many things lumped into this strategically that it makes it impossible to vote on or not to vote on, because there's loads of things crammed in there that seem good, but they're right next to other things that seem really, really, really quite bad. And so you can't really say, well, I like that and I don't like that, and I quite like the idea of what you're doing there, but what the fuck is this about, dude? You can't be doing that. But this I really like, right? This is kind of what... And when you start going through those 940 pages, I've gone through like maybe 35 of them, scanning through for certain pages that are worth looking at. 222 is a good page. 610 is quite an interesting page, right? So I kind of thought I'd go through it so you didn't have to, but I've watched a lot of people who've also gone through it. There's also been some people who've dumped it into AI and said, here's the 940 pages, tell me what guam. And everything says it's absolutely nasty if you're not a billionaire. So it does indeed seem like this is designed to benefit his billionaire buddies, which I'm super disappointed by. But you have to expect that when you're creating a tax bill, when you're creating, well, I suppose it is the spending bill, tax and spending. But you see, even then it's like wrapped into two. You can't have a tax and a spending bill. It's either a tax bill or a spending bill. The tax bill decides what revenue generation sources there are, including tariffs, and then you've got the spending bill. It's like, what are you going to spend that money on? So, the fact that anyone has signed this thing should tell you everything you want to know. It's quite widely known now that part of the reason that Elon Musk and Trump fell out was over this tax spending bill. And it was nothing really to do with there was a lot of like subsidies and things that particularly Starlink and Tesla were getting from the American government, contracts and stuff that... and one of them particularly, there was like a subsidy on EVs or a push to try and encourage people into EVs, which was benefiting Tesla quite heavily. And some JP Morgan, I think, had estimated that they reckoned that bill and that contract alone was worth about 40% to its profit margin, Tesla. So yeah, he's going to have a dog in the race on that front, but apparently part of it was he hated so much how bad it was going to be for low-income individuals in the United States. And sure enough, that does seem like it is not going to be helping. Certainly none of our friends that we know here, right? Because I don't know if we know any billionaires. If there are any billionaires watching, then prove it in the super chats. Come on, Mr. Rothschild. Stop messing about. Don't be shy. Your mother wasn't. Oh, whoosh. So, I'm not really particularly confident in what's going on along the front of all that. I don't think there's any... None of it's just not a nice thing. I don't think it's going to be what people want it to be. When you start reading through, it doesn't matter what the news tells you is in it or not. When you start reading through, it's like, oh, wow. It's really, really disappointing. So I'll tell you what, this is fascinating me. This American teen pilot detained on small island. By the way, I think we've got a rogue box going on here, haven't we? See a rogue box? It's just that line there, isn't it? Oh, I know what it is. Sorry. It's my chat window. Going funny. Should be fixed. It is fixed. This one is fascinating me. American teen pilot detained on small island in Antarctica. Now, I don't know about you, but my spidey senses are already saying to me, yeah, man, this dude's tried to see if he could get over the wall in a private plane and get past the Navy, the Air Force, the Antarctica Defence Force, and everything else set up there to stop you being able to get in to the secret location. So that's what I want it to be about, is it? Let's see. American teen pilot detained on small island in Antarctica. I promise you, I haven't read this story. I just what I want it to be. An American teenager has been detained on an Antarctic island, creating a major delay in an attempt to fly a small plane to every continent that is being followed. Because you know you're not allowed to go to Antarctica, right? It's secret. Being followed online by more than 1 million people. Chilean authorities stopped Ethan Guo, 19, after he submitted a false flight plan. According to the BBC's, in case we have to take it a pinch of salt. But his deviation from that plan in the air had activated alert protocols. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alert, alert. Chile's General Directorate of Civil Aeronautics said in a statement. Mr. Guo was taken into custody after landing in King George Island, home to a number of international research stations and their staff, where July temperatures typically stay well below freezing. I wonder if he got an equally cold welcome. Ho ho ho, doogadum ching. Anyway, Mr. Guo's small Cessna 182 aircraft took off from the city of Punta Arenas, near the southernmost point of Chile, and flew to that's where I would go from. Flew to the island off the Atlantic coast, which is claimed by Chile. It's named after the UK King George III. He was detained at Teniente Marsh Airport. Mr. Guo had allegedly submitted a plan to fly over, but he lied. He's been charged for violating 2 articles of the country's aeronautic. You're in violation. You can't park there. You can't fly there, innit? Which regulates international relations with respect to the uninhabited. And they had to throw that in there, didn't they? Uninhabited. So it's not like a secret lost world like this here. Right above me. That's basically what's sitting there. The other side of the ice wall. Who knows? But that's just what I wanted it to be. But it was close, wasn't it? It was close. But it looks like he's trying to go along with the whole plausible deniability there. It's like, no, we're just doing this thing, right? Where we're just going to fly around to all the different continents around the world. I mean, come on, this is a continent, isn't it? I mean, it's on the list. Come on, fam. Let me in. Whoosh. Let me in. By the hair of my little Cessna. So he's flown his Cessna aircraft to all the other 6 continents in his journey, spanning more than 140 days. So yeah, it's a good bit of plausible deniability. I like it. I like what he was doing there. Maybe he thought the radar wouldn't pick him up and he'd make it to the promised land. So love to those in New Jersey and Texas. Looks like there's some ish guan there. Let's have a little short clip of the clip. Look at the flow. Look at the flow. It's not a good look, is it? Heavy stuff, water. Don't be messing with water. Super heavy stuff. A ton. A meter by a meter. That's not big. That's like this big. The size of your screen. As I'm looking at it. It was this big. I caught a fish. It was this big. That's like a ton. So imagine all that go. Ooh, you ain't. Nah, forget about it. Anyway. Let's have a quick gloss of the earthquakes. Which is here. Boom. 41 on the map. Nothing special. Absolutely nothing around here. There was a little bit of bidney going on around the Italian. The volcano there. That's annoying. This is where the 4 hours sleep shows. What's the earthquake called in Italy? Put me out of my misery live in the chat. It's a big one. Solar flares then. Looking alright, but check out the number of sunspots. It's pretty active. Yeah. Good old peppering. A lot of them are all earth facing as well. Well, it's 41, 29, 28, 27. They're all pretty good earth facing jobbies. But no noteworthy events. So we've got no solar flares, no complex magnetic mixing, just alpha and beta. No alpha beta, and definitely no alpha beta gamma. So we're looking all light so far with the sun, which is good. And that's about it really for the sun. What else? Sorry, I'm just going to open this other tab as well quickly. So in terms of cryptos, we're looking all right. It's kind of been up and then it's been down, and then when it was up, and then it was only halfway down, and then it was neither up nor down, which is where it is now. Yeah. So $3.33 trillion. So 107 bags of sand is what thou art Bitcoin now art cost. In new money. Ethereum just riding under 2.5 bags of sand. Should we check out the Trump coin, which seems to have slipped some places? To be honest, it's actually stayed solidly in the low 40s. It's only recently it's dropped back to 44. The 44th shittest coin. I'm only joking. The 44th best coin in the world in cryptocurrencies is the official Trump coin, apparently. Should we see how well it's done? With how well he's been doing? This is the last 7 days. Let's look at the last 3 months. This is how it started. This is how it's going. Oh, man. Let me know live in the chat if you're holding any Trump coin. So that's how the cryptos are looking. It's healthy. It's up. A lot of people are fleeing to cryptos. Obviously, dollars collapsing. A lot of currencies are collapsing, losing their value. So a lot of the time, cryptocurrencies look like they're gaining. They look like they're going up, but they're not. It's just the value of a dollar's going down against it. Yeah. That's notable in things like when we're looking at the currencies, look, $1.36 against the pound. This was $1.25 just a year ago. $1.25 is now $1.36 to get a pound. You now got to spend $1.17 to get a euro rather than about $1.05 maybe 4 months ago. So, like, I guess my point is that if you were to look at cryptos in pounds and then you look at cryptos in dollars, you would see a disparity there over time. But it's just because dollars is losing value. Not as many people want dollars anymore or want to lend America dollars or buy dollars or sell in dollars. I don't want to be. I'm already totally messed up by it all, right? I mean, both my Patreon and YouTube are paid in dollars, right? So by the time it gets converted to pound, however desperately appreciated it is, thank you so much to the Patreon members. Lich couldn't be here without you. You paid the internet bill last month, just so you know. So thank you for that. Oh man, right? It literally helps me stay online to do these shows, the Patreon members. Just even $6 a month, it all adds up, yeah. But it's $6, which is about £4. And that used to be £5, right? I'm just saying, it's like, it's all relative. Yeah. And so it's affecting many businesses, not just people like me. It's affecting businesses who are actually earning decent money in dollars and are obviously losing thousands and thousands a month in currency losses. This is why so many people are fleeing the dollar, because by holding dollars now, you're actually losing money in hidden taxes. You know, inflation is a hidden tax when America continues. And this is the reason it's bad now, is because of this new tax bill, because all of the countries around the world see this tax bill and they see that it means that Trump is going to be adding $6 trillion pure new more debt. And this is after Moody's just recently downgraded America's financial credit score from AAA plus, which it used to be, and now it's not. Now it isn't anywhere in the world. It's like, so it's losing its credit rating. The bond yields are going up not because Trump seems to think that you can just decide to lower interest rates. It's like, no, you can't force people to lend you money at the rates. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to offer more interest rate on America debt because fewer people want America debt. Unless you're going to pay me extra percentage, a couple of extra percent for the risk. Yeah, I'd rather buy a different country's debt, thank you. I'd rather invest in something else, thank you. Do you see, this is the problem. So Trump has it in his head that you can just, Jerome Powell, you can just fire him, put someone else in, you can just increase the interest rates. It's like, no, you actually have to have customers that are prepared to pay that amount of money for your debt. You don't just make up in your own mind what you think you're worth. It's like, sorry, that's not how free market economics works. You don't force people to buy your debt at the interest rate you set. It's like, no, people lend you money at the rate they're prepared to give you their money at based on how much a risk they think you fucking are, right? It's like, get it out. What is going on with this man? It's amazing. The lack of grasp of the most basic fundamental economics, like it is with the tariffs. I had to do a whole video to explain why, no, it's the American citizens and businesses, so therefore the citizens that are paying the tariffs. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Tonnet in the house, good to see you, my darling. It's been way too long. Muchos longos amigos. Muchos longos amigos. Just got home and so glad to find you here. We were here the whole time. It's you who's just arrived. I was thinking of Drew yesterday. Long time no see. Do you know, it's funny. I was thinking of you yesterday as well. Maybe there's a thing. Maybe we got some weird doo-doo-doo. Now, you were just missing me because it's been years. What do you think the likelihood of my having a Melania 2 Bitcoin would be? Low. The phone I use for surfing only. All voice and cameras permissions are turned off. Bank stuff is on separate phone I use for stuff. That's the phone you need to take into America with you if you're visiting. This is the latest thing. Nobody's going to America either at the moment because people are getting basically cavity searched by the TSA and having their mobile phones taken off them, and they go through it. If there's anything pro-Palestine or anything that isn't I love you, Israel, you're not coming in. Have you seen all that going on as well recently? It's like, wow. Wow. Buy my debt now. And this is how much I'm going to give you for lending me it. What? No. Yeah. Oh, dear. Mars costs £1.59 in a local garage. They used to be 25p. Anyway, look, we're at 9 o'clock. We're supposed to be out of here already, so we better jump out of here. Don't go anywhere because we haven't completely finished, but we do need to jump out of here because I'm way over and Magic Hand's going to... Right, unbuckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Sigma Wolfpack members. Right. So yes, it's actually supposed to be movie night. Movie night. So we're going to watch a movie about war. No, I don't know. You know, every week me and Magic Hand are like, oh, you know, we need to try and find a comedy. And it's just like, there's no comedies nowadays, man. All the covers, all the front covers of movies, they're like dark and dark green and all like horror and like, you know, like bats and moons and graveyards and dark and grey and green. Tell me if you're feeling what I'm feeling, right? If you think about the 90s, if you just search for 90s and like everything's vibrant colours and it's like, you know, vibrant blues and pinks and oranges and greens and all that jazz. Yeah, you look at the covers of all the 90s movies and it was just like, I don't even want to throw out names, but like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air even, like the introduction to that with all the colourful graffiti, the vibrant shell suits and that, yeah. You look at the film selection now, like if there was a Blockbusters, because those that are old enough remember walking through Blockbusters and spending years choosing a film, right? VHS, and there was like colour everywhere, right? If you were to go into a Blockbusters now, they just all look the same. They'd all just be like dark and dingy, dark green, fucking nasty looking front covers. With some totally unrelated picture of some shit. Anyway. What a ranting, miserable, moaning old man. We're supposed to be having a fun party time. Only a quick one. But I wanted to just say happy July 4th and happy Independence Day to my American friends, of which there are many. So... support the channel. Thank you so very much, Daily Survival. Really appreciate you being with us. Thank you to everyone who was here today. I really appreciate Macho Numa, our super chat for today. Really appreciate you. Thank you so very much for your support. Thank you ever so much to the Patreon members as well. I need to update the list of the names and stuff that scroll to get you flex. So I'm hoping to get some behind the scenes vids done as well, which I was going to do today to start things off again because I've got so much to show you. There's quite a lot going on as well. I'm really keen to talk to you about super exciting stuff. So with that being said, campfire catch up. Let's try and do that on Sunday because we like to do the Sunday campfire catch up, right? So we have our little chill out sesh on Sunday. See what's been going on with a bit of a update what happened in the week in the world and what we think is going to be in the news next week and what we should be thinking about preparing for as the most stark global threat approaching us right now as Western civilians of a Sigma kind. So thank you everyone who's been with us. I really hope you've enjoyed the show, however short it was. It was an hour and 5 minutes. You were right, Mrs. Sigma Prepper. I said it'd only be half an hour. She's like, it'll be an hour. She was right. I was wrong. But I've enjoyed every minute of it. You're such a wonderful bunch. Thank you so much, everyone. Look forward to Sunday. Make sure you come to my birthday next week show as well. Spesh. Hey, don't miss it. You'd be a fool. Love, peace, and progress to the beautiful pack.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing. Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed.